Hello beautiful humans, my name is Anastasia and welcome back to my channel where I talk about blindness, disabilities, product reviews on things I find to be helpful, and a little bit of mental health. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how a blind girl does her makeup, so stay tuned. So now we're going to go in with some foundation. I use Fenty. You guys use whatever you want. I am not sitting here trying to promote, but I will say for anybody that has olive skin, very light olive skin, and I had a very hard time trying to find a foundation that fit my skin color because I don't have a typical skin color. My dad is very, very Italian. My mother is Irish. So I ended up coming out as very pale yet yellow skinned. And I could not find a foundation that worked for me. And Fenty is pretty non-discriminatory. They have pretty much every color of the rainbow. So if any of you guys are having a hard time finding your color, I would look at Fenty. Now I just did 2 pumps of this and I dotted it all over my face, and I'm trying to go in quick and blend it because it's a matte finish. I have very oily skin, so I gravitate towards any products that are matte. And see, this is difficult, and I know that you guys know this who also can't see, because it's very, very easy to miss a spot. So I am just kind of going crazy and just dabbing all over my face, because if I don't, I might end up with a really dark spot or a spot that does not have any foundation on it. I'm not sure if there's any in my hair. They say to blend up into your hairline but not to get it in your hair. I can't fucking see that. So hey, we're just going with it, okay? It's seriously, it's just makeup. Don't get upset about it. I know that I used to get very upset because I would get online and I would look up, you know, how to do your makeup, and you know, these girls would have like this 30-step process. When you're colorblind, it's very, very hard to blend things. It's very hard to pick out the right shades. Very, very hard to contour. We're gonna say that that's blended. I don't know. Like I said, when you can't see, you guys know it's difficult. So sometimes I will go in with like a kabuki type brush. It's kind of dense, and I will kind of just blend it down. I don't know if this does anything. I really don't. I feel like it might. I mean, if it doesn't, obviously it's not hurting anything. So I just try to blend it out more using this dense brush. So now we're gonna go in with concealer. Fenty also makes concealer, which I got in the color, I think 415 was the light olive. And I just kind of bring it down to the end of my nose and I blend it up and out. And I know a lot of people make a triangle under their eye, and I personally think that is a waste of product because I don't know if you guys can tell, but I even can definitely tell that just that little bit of that line there really blends the whole way out here. So you really don't need that extra product. just pat and pat and pat because I want to make sure that it's blended and doesn't look harsh. And I find the only way to do that is to just keep doing this. It takes a little bit longer, I feel, for me to do my makeup than the average person because I'm constantly going over and going over and going over because I want to make sure that it can look the best that it can. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're gonna put on a little bit of eyeshadow primer. And you just need a little tiny drop. I know it's hard to see, but try to go by feel here. I know that looks like freaking ridiculous, but it will blend out. Okay, and I just kind of like do it around the whole eye area. Try to blend it down with the concealer. I know there might be people watching this right now that are like, oh my god, what is she doing? Hey, this is what I found works for me. And I am completely fine with it. I don't judge myself anymore on my ability to turn my face into a canvas because I understand that it's hard for me to see. And I'm very happy with myself that I have not let that dampen my spirits when it comes to making myself feel beautiful. Okay, I think that's blended. Now I'm gonna go in with some blush. And I like to pick lighter colors because you can always build. And I'm afraid that if I put on a color that is too dark, I won't be able to tell and it might look a little ridiculous. So I always go with a lighter color because I know I can always blend it up if I want to. A lot of the times when I put blush on, I honestly can't see it, but it's there. So don't feel like you need to sit here and just put blush on for 4 hours until you can see it, because just because you can't see it doesn't mean that other people can't. So I put mine on my cheekbones, which are almost in my eyeball, to be honest. I have very, very, very high cheekbones. That is the largest part of my face. So that is where I put my blush. And I just kind of blend back. I don't start all the way out here by my nose. I kind of start like in the middle of my cheekbone and blend back. I don't feel like I need to bring it any further into the middle of my face than that. See, I can't see that, but I know that I put a lot on. I'm gonna do the other side. Again, middle of that cheekbone and blending back. It may be helpful for you to ask somebody to help you figure out your face shape. There are like 5 or 6 different face shapes that are out there, and I found that I have a diamond shaped face, which is where the widest part of your face is your cheekbones, and then your chin kind of tapers down. You have a really sharp jawline, which I have, and kind of a narrow but wide forehead. And the reason that I say that is because when you know your face shape, it's a lot easier to know where to put certain products, like your highlighter, your contour, and your blush, and things like that. So if you can find someone to help you figure that out, that would be amazing. Also, if you're having trouble with your undertone, you know, trying to find your undertone to find the correct foundation, it's always good to ask somebody, because I know sitting there trying to figure out like, oh, what color are my veins? Does gold jewelry look better? Does silver jewelry look better? You're not gonna be able to do that. You're just gonna get frustrated. So what I would do is I would ask 3 or 4 different people to help you with that, or to kind of think back on colors that people have said that you look very pretty in, or hair colors that you look nice in, or things that people have said about you, like that you're pale or you're dark, or that, wow, you tan really easily in the summer. So the way that I found my undertone is I kind of dialed back to things that people have said about me in the past. I am pale, and I am olive, I am yellow, I am golden. So I kind of took what people have said about my appearance and I applied that to helping me find my perfect shade. It took me like 3 minutes to find this, and it was right in front of my face. I have like this big bright light going, and you guys know how it is when you have Stargardts disease. Light is like either your friend or your enemy, and it is kind of being my enemy right now. So I'm gonna go in with some highlight, and I just put highlighter right here in the middle of my forehead, and I will put it down here in the middle of my chin, just a little bit. Sometimes I'll put some right here above my lip, but I feel like my fan brush is a little bit too big for that. But the reason that I don't put highlighter over here is because my cheekbones are already so bam, like in your face, that I don't want to bring any more attention to them. I feel that the blush is enough. I don't feel like I need to make my cheekbones look sharper than they already are. So I feel like this is important for you guys to understand your face shape. It'll really, really help you, especially when you can't see, because you can feel your face. You can feel where your cheekbones are. You can feel the shape of your nose. You can feel if you have an angular jaw. You can feel if you have a round jaw, you know? Honestly, I'm not sure how this is looking. I think it looks good. I don't know, we're gonna just go in and put our eyeshadow on, which is the absolute hardest part, in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of you guys have varying degrees of vision. There are some of you out there that, you know, can do the winged eyeliner, and I've seen pictures of the makeup that a lot of you guys do, and I am so impressed. And if you guys have any tips for putting on eyeshadow, leave them down in the comment section, because I would really love to hear what you guys have to say. This channel is all about helping each other out, honestly. So if you see me doing something that you're like, oh, that's okay, but this is how I do it, and I find that it works really, really well, leave it down in the comments. I would really love to see that. Yeah, this is the hardest part, and it sucks because I love eyeshadows. Yeah, I think they're so beautiful. So we went with this color right here. Not sure what that is, but I think it looks pretty. From what I can see of it, it looks pretty. So we're gonna go in with that color, and I just kind of tap. I just tap my brush on my eyelid. I don't do any sweeping motion. I just tap it in. Just tap it in. Yeah. Don't know what's going on there. See, this is so hard. I think it's on there. I think so. Just gonna keep tapping it in and kind of blending it that way, because I don't want it like all over the place. This is why I go with light colors, guys, because if I went in with like a dark green, or, and I usually only do 1 or 2 colors, maybe 3, maybe, but I usually, for the most part, I only do one. Sometimes I will take like a white and I'll put it underneath my eyebrow to kind of bring attention to that area. But I know a lot of people use 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors when they're putting on their eyeshadow. That's just something that I cannot do, and that's okay, because I feel just peachy with what I'm doing. Okay, so I put that on, and I'm gonna go in with this angled brush so I can get, I think it's angled. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with this, and I think either this one or this one are white, and if not, they're close enough to white. So I'm gonna go in and put a little bit on there and go in underneath my eyebrow. And I really have to bring the mirror in. You see how close I gotta bring that in? That's okay, you do what you need to do. Don't worry about what anybody thinks of it. You're getting your shit done, regardless of how you gotta do it. I'm gonna go back in with that other brush that I was using earlier, and I'm gonna kind of try and blend it in. I think I have a bigger brush for blending, but don't know where it's at right now, so we're just gonna use this one. Just do what you can. Don't get frustrated. You know, you sit here, you're looking at yourself, and it's like, did anything even change? Am I doing this right? Don't get upset, because I've definitely been in that position where I'm trying to blend something out, I'm trying to make something look beautiful, and you know, I don't know, and then the tears start falling. Don't get yourself all worked up over makeup. It's fine. You are completely fine, and just keep practicing. Don't feel like you need to look like an Instagram model, because they don't look like that either. Just a tip. They don't. If you want to look for inspirations for makeup, open up a Vogue magazine, because they don't, I mean, if you ever have looked into a Vogue magazine, they don't generally wear the cat eyeliner. They don't have very dark makeup on. It's all very subtle and blended and light and pretty. There is a market for literally everything, and you will fit in anywhere. Anywhere you want to fit in, you will. You just need to be confident. So the next thing that we want to do is put on our mascara. I don't have an eyelash curler. You guys, if you have one, you want to do that first before you put on your mascara. So I usually buy these mini sizes of the mascaras they have at Sephora, because I don't go through makeup enough, and those big full sizes I would just end up throwing away and wasting. And I can get better quality mascara when I buy it in these smaller ones. This is also very hard, because you can't see if it's clumping. You can't see really the desired length a lot of the time. A tip that I usually do, I didn't do today, but I like to run my mascara under hot water so it gets really thin and it's easier to put on and it doesn't clump as bad. Usually with mascara, I go in lightly because I already have very long eyelashes, and if I put too much on, every time I blink, my eyelashes will hit up by my eyebrow, and I have like these little dots of mascara all over. I usually can't see them, and someone else points them out to me, and I'm not gonna say I've never not been frustrated over it, because I have. And The reason that, you know, I would get so frustrated is because you try so hard, especially, you know, when you can't see, you're trying so hard, and when someone points out a fault or something that you missed, it can really make you upset. Not because they told you, but because you really tried your best. And if you ever find yourself in that position, make sure that you tell the person that pointed it out to you, thank you. If I seem a little irritated, it's not because you told me, it's just because I tried really hard. And, you know, because you don't want to make it so someone doesn't want to tell you things because you get upset, because no one wants you to be, you know, upset at them. Okay, so we have our mascara on. I'm not sure if there's any on my eyelids. So what I'm gonna do is, and this is actually a tip that I got from Jeffree Star, so thanks, brother. I will go in with an old mascara wand, dry, clean, and I will just kind of go over my eyelid a little bit, just kind of scraping. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, what's she doing? It's completely missing the point of putting eyeshadow on because she's scraping it off. Well, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. So I scraped it. I'm gonna go in with my finger because I know I put enough eyeshadow on, and I'm gonna just kind of fill in any spots that I might have scraped. If you have somebody around that you can ask, that works better, so you're not scraping off your eyeshadow, but I don't, so that's how I do it. Okay. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of white in the corners here. I didn't do that today, but I'm blending it down a little bit with my finger from the top here, and I think that's just fine. So we're gonna do our eyebrows next. We're almost done. I don't really do a whole lot with my eyebrows. My eyebrows are naturally very, very thick to begin with. So what I do is I just take brow gel, and this is something I started to do recently. I never did anything with my eyebrows before. And I just kind of, I'm gonna bring this in closer. I just kind of swipe up on my eyebrows, like so. The nice thing about brow gel is that it just sticks to the hairs of your eyebrow. So you're not getting it all over your forehead. So I really like that about it. So what this does is it just kind of, I don't know, I just guess it kind of combs your eyebrows up and keeps them in place. I don't really think it fills them in too much. I really don't need to fill mine in. They're naturally thick and bushy, and thank you, Dad. I think we're good there. I don't think I got any on my skin anywhere. So I'm gonna put on some makeup spray, get it in my mouth. And then the next and final step is my personal favorite part. Anybody that knows me knows that I love lipstick. It is my absolute favorite. I think it is beautiful, and I love it. I love lipsticks. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on. And this is another one that is very difficult for me to do because my lips are so light and they kind of blend into my skin tone. So I know that I can feel it, but it's really hard for me to put on lipstick and get it around the edges here of my lips without it, you know, being down here, up here, and just looking ridiculous, especially with dark lipsticks, which are my favorite. I love red lipstick. So I'm gonna go with what my mom taught me when I was 13. Put it on your bottom lip. And I know that my bottom lip is significantly bigger than my top lip, so that is helpful. Mind you, I can't see what I'm doing, so if it looks a little crazy right now, we're gonna clean it up. You guys probably can't see me because I have the mirror like right here in front of my face. I apologize for that. kind of scraping it down where my Cupid's bow is because I don't know if there's any there. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm gonna put makeup remover on it, and I'm gonna go around the outsides of my lips. Just kind of trace the outsides to make sure that if I got any outside of my lips, I'm kind of catching it and kind of giving it a better shape. Don't put a whole lot of pressure because you don't want to take off all of your foundation around your lips. Again, if you have someone around to help you, definitely ask them for some help. It'll only take 2 seconds for them to give you a quick look. Don't feel ashamed about it. Don't feel bad about it. People in your life are in your life because they love you and they want to help you. And if they're not, they shouldn't be in your life. I think we're good. So here you have it, guys. This is the final product. I am very happy with it. It's not a drastic change. It's very light and subtle. That's what I was going for. And I hope that this video helps somebody out there. I know when I was initially going through my vision loss journey, I thought that there was a lot of things that I would never, ever, ever be able to do again, and makeup was one of them. And you guys just saw me do it. It took a little bit longer. I had to find out different creative ways to do things, but I did it, and you can too. So please don't get down on yourself. Just keep practicing, and I know that you have the ability to make yourself feel beautiful and worthy with or without makeup. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe so I know what kind of content you guys would like to see for next time. Thank you. Bye.